All right. Ooh, listen, I am so excited about my show today. And one of the reasons I'm excited about it is because the story that you're going to hear, the journey that we're going to hear about today is a journey about belief in yourself, about when you discover your passion, when you find that thing that, like I like to say, where you can see the fingerprint of God in your life. When you find that thing, what does that mean for you? And how can that manifest? And more importantly, what does that do for you in terms of how you view the world and the contributions that you could make? And so I'm really excited about that today. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a really dope show. But you know what? Before we get fully into that, first of all, I hope y'all digging my music. I put a little music behind this segment. I didn't do that before. So that's a new feature. And let me tell you, as things go on, as things progress, you'll start to see little tweaks and little changes that I make throughout the show. All right? So I'm excited about it, and I am ready to roll. But before we really go any further, I have a question for you. And that question is, did you know that over 75% of people judge a company's legitimacy solely based on its aesthetic appearance? And I'm literally talking about the way things look. And that's why I'm excited to introduce to you our sponsor, Thing Hat Thing, that's THT. They specialize in design, web development, and marketing, partnering with small and medium-sized businesses to make sure that they have a stunning digital presence. At THT, see, they believe that digital marketing and all of its components should be easy and effective. In other words, their job is to make you look good so you can focus on what you do best. And hopefully that's running your business. So, if you are ready to take your business image to the next level, make certain that you contact Thing Hat Thing at their website. That's thtcreative.com. That's thtcreative.com. And it's almost like the old adage said, if you look good, you feel good. And if you feel good, you can do good. So let's make that happen, all right? Check out THT Creative. And I am so thankful that not only are they the sponsor this time, but they're my very first sponsor. These people believe in us, all right? So check them out. They do fantastic work. And so now, let's get on with the business of today. I am so excited for this show. Believing in yourself. We're talking about big passion leading to big purpose. Let's go. This is about the journey. Your journey. What's your purpose? Hey, beautiful people. Welcome to the My Big Full Authentic Life podcast. I am your host, LaMondre, and I certainly do appreciate you for being with me today. Again, I'm super excited about this show. So my guest today is a photojournalist. He's a guy who, well, just let me tell you how we met. A few months ago, there was a story that I was a part of, and I spoken to the reporter, and she said, we're going to send a photographer by to get some shots of you working. And this guy showed up. And here's what's great about it. He came and he did his job, and he did his job beautifully. But while he was doing his job, we had a conversation. We had a connection. And I really felt like, I didn't feel like I was meeting a guy who was there to do a job, but I felt like I was introduced to a long lost brother. And I mean that sincerely. When you hear his story, when you hear his passion, when you hear his love for what he does, and how his perspective is different than a lot of people I know who choose these kinds of careers, I think that you'd be inspired as well. He is a native of Ohio. So he said that, being a native of Ohio, he loves everything he loves everything that is linked to Ohio. So we're talking about, from from what is it, the Buckeyes to the Browns to all that kind of stuff. And he is a devout husband and really committed to his craft. I want to welcome John A. Carlos the second. My brother, what's going on?
It's going great.
It's going great.
Oh,
Listen, man, I'm so glad that you're here. I really am glad that you're here, and I'm excited to have you on the show. I told you before the reason that I really wanted you on the show was because of your perspective and the story um, that you have about your life. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of start from the beginning, okay? So I wanna kind of just since you're a storyteller with the camera,
yeah.
we're gonna start with the story. Let's set the scenario, okay? So tell me about your upbringing. Tell me about growing up in Ohio with your family and how that got you to the place where creativity was important to you.
Well, well, like you said, I grew up in Ohio, Columbus, and my dad um, helped me, and my mom helped me to cultivate my creativity by enrolling me into classes, encouraging me to draw, spending long nights outside and come home when the street lights come on, sort of thing.
Right.
So like, yeah, my parents were great. My sister's great. Everybody. I was always the creative kid in class. Maybe not the best student, but I was always the one person. If you had a project, hey, let's team up with John. At least he'll do the art.
Right.
So.
Right. And that's usually how it is when you're creative. You may not be the best student, but you're certainly creative in that regard, and everybody links up that. So it was just you and your sister?
Yeah, just two kids my parents had, and so like I spent most of my like elementary school era in Ohio, and then for high school we moved out to Iowa. So
From Ohio to Iowa.
that was a culture shock. I
Was it? Why so?
mean, yeah, I lived in cities in Ohio when I moved to the farmland of Iowa. Not a big city at all.
Right. So how was that adjustment for you in terms of how you saw things and what that meant in terms of your exposure to different environments?
I mean, Ohio was definitely the where I started to really love like art and creating. Um, so I'd be remiss if I because I'm about to say something really nice about Iowa. I have to also say something nice about my Ohio teachers too.
Right.
Um, but without Iowa, I wouldn't be probably where I am. The teachers were fantastic out in Iowa. From my art teachers, but both, which is funny because it was a husband and a wife team that the city employed or the school district employed.
Hmm.
Um, the Niedermeyers, Niedermeyers, I think I'm saying that right. It's been a long time. I'm old.
Right.
Um, they the wife taught. Like middle school, elementary school era age kids, and the husband taught at the high school.
Hmm.
Um, and he was forward thinking, innovative. He started a TV station for the school. I'd like to say that I had something to do with it. I didn't.
Might as well go ahead and
I wasn't
say
even a part of it.
it.
Um, definitely wasn't a part of it, but I took all the art classes and history classes. So I liked history. I liked art. So I liked documenting things from early on, I think. Didn't
Right.
really do much of that in college, high school, but started doing more of that in college.
So when you were in high school, though, you were, or as you were growing up, it was just all kinds of arts. Or was it visual arts? Was it music? What was it?
I mean, I drew, I painted. At one time, I wanted to be a graphic designer, but that was where I first picked up a camera to create art. I mean, I've had a camera since I was 6 years old, if I'm being snarky,
Hmm.
but I picked up my first camera for creativity aspect in high school, and that we had a dark room in our high school at Webster City. Um, so go Lynx.
So that was the first time you picked up a camera. Well, not picked up a camera. The first time you picked up a camera was when you were 6 years old.
Yeah, it was, so we did a cross country trip, and I went to the local like a local garage sale, and picked up. Actually, I have the camera.
Do you?
Uh, yeah, I got the camera. Um, it wasn't this one per se, but it was exactly this model right here.
What is that?
Um, it is a Instamatic 104. It takes a 126 uh, cartridge, I think. Oh. um, so I bought this, and we took it to the Grand Canyon. My dad says that I didn't care about the Grand Canyon, the Painted Desert. I just wanted to get to Disneyland, and honestly, I'm a kid, so I probably did just want to get to Disneyland. But what I noticed is when I got home, I had all these great pictures of things that I had seen.
Hmm.
Um, it's only now in my adult life that I see the value in that. But I guess
Right.
there was like a little nugget maybe created by seeing those images, and
So
I
when
have
you,
them to this day, so
yeah, I was going to say,
they're around here somewhere.
I was just about to ask, do you still have those images today? And so,
I don't have
obviously,
them scanned or anything, but if I rummaged around, I could probably find some of those images.
right. And you said it
Uh,
wasn't until later that and into your adulthood that you really discovered the value of that to you. So now looking back on that, what does that value mean? What does that mean for you?
Means I have a tangible link to my childhood. I don't have the greatest memory per se. Like I don't remember things like my dad can tell you where he was when Kennedy was shot, and like I guess I can do that with 9/11, but like I don't remember a lot of details in my memories. I mean, I
Mm,
remember feelings and remember how I felt, stuff like that, but I don't recall like super rich details.
gotcha.
And I can pull up those photos, and like I knew I had a goofy hat. like,
Right.
like I had a goofy hat. I was standing here. So if I ever do go back out to the West Coast, Disneyland, I'll remember that I stood at that spot
Yeah.
when I was 6 years old or whatnot with my friends.
I see, and that's pretty amazing, man. Because one of the things that I often say is, you'll always find what you need in order to not only survive but thrive. And I believe that you just say, "Well, I don't have a super detailed memory," but you capture super detailed memories, and that is, I think, the beautiful part is of it. And what it does is it allows your mind to reconstruct that scene with the feelings and the smells and the sentiments and the emotion because they have this image that you captured in detail in front of them. So that's
Absolutely.
That's a very, very powerful thing. So fast forward a little bit. You got the camera when you were 6. When did it become a passion for you? When did you realize there was something special about this camera in my hand?
Like I said, high school. I took all these painting and drawing and graphic design classes, but I kept picking up a camera. Um, at that time, I probably would say because it was easier to get what I saw onto a piece of paper. Um, but that's not what it was. There was an understanding with a camera versus like a paintbrush. I could paint. I could show you paintings, but I got one over there. I, I wasn't the greatest painter, but I mean, if I would have kept at it, I could have been a good painter. If I wanted to be a drawer, I could have been a drawer. If I wanted to be a graphic designer, I could have been a graphic designer.
Right.
I'm not saying that to brag, but like anything creative that I wanted to do, if I put my mind to it, I could have done it.
Yeah.
Um, it people want to say that's talent. It, no, it's hard work. Like nobody has like a abundance of talent. It's they work for it. They work at it.
Hmm.
Um, everybody starts off drawing stick figures,
Right.
and they evolve. Um,
Hmm.
just like we evolved, our abilities evolve, and you have to work at them if you want to get good at them. So,
Yeah, but see, but I think that there's a difference, though. I think that there's somewhat of a difference, and I do agree with that. That yeah, you can develop and develop skills and really get proficient at certain things. And typically, we do get passionate about the things that we develop a proficiency in. But the way that you described to me, when you really took on the camera, that it was something that developed a confidence and a belief in you. And what I mean by that, one of the things we talked about was that you believed and you knew that you could do something special for yourself with that camera when others didn't. Let's go into that a little bit. Let's explain that a bit.
yeah, I mean, like I said, I wasn't very good in school. I made okay grades. In Ohio, I basically got sent to like the bad kid school, um, and had to work my way back to regular school, and got diagnosed with ADD. Had a learning disability, I guess. I don't think I did, but okay, they say I did, so I guess I did. Um, and the move to Iowa changed all that. Like I had teachers that believed in me. I didn't have a past. I got a fresh start. Like I wasn't the bad kid anymore.
Right.
Uh, I still had special help because I had ADD and all that. But I didn't take all that. I was one of the few kids in that program that like still took pretty much all my tests in like the regular classroom, and
Hmm.
when I needed help, I got the help because like it was there, so why not take it? That would have really been stupid if I didn't take the help that they were offering just because I wanted to appear normal.
Right.
Um,
Whatever that is.
yeah, and I still got in trouble in Iowa, and like the assistant principal, forget his name, he didn't really believe in me, and said something to my father, that you'll be lucky if he's flipping burgers, like
Mm.
something off-putting like that. I can't speak it verbatim, but my dad told me about it.
Right.
Um, and I mean, I've always had the chip on my shoulder that, well, you don't think I can graduate from college? Well, I'll show you.
Right. Watch me.
You
Yeah.
don't think I can graduate from high school? Well, I'll show you.
Yeah.
Um, in Ohio, I think they were writing me off that I wouldn't even graduate from high school. So
Mm.
the move came at the right time. So if you want to say that there's a hand out there that guides us, maybe I don't necessarily believe in that. My dad moved because he was making more money when we moved.
Right.
So like it was serendipity that it happened when it did. But like
Yeah.
I
No,
probably still would have graduated from high school.
yeah, no, listen, and I fully get that. However, it happened, and it worked out for
Yeah.
you. It aligned for you, and I think that is a wonderful thing. So when you heard when you heard that, were you aware at that time that that was said about you? That your assistant principal made those comments about what your future looked like
I think I found out after college graduation.
after you
Um,
graduated. So your father
yeah,
held on to that whole time.
from USC.
Go ahead. Go ahead. The University of South
Uh,
Carolina. That's the one he's talking about.
Go Gamecocks.
The
Uh,
USC. Okay.
I have a Gamecock flag. I know that there's an Ohio State flag behind me, but there's a lot of Gamecock stuff in this room too.
Okay. We just don't
Um,
have it in camera. We don't have it in the shot, man. I don't believe you.
no, it's actually behind the camera.
Okay. 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 It's the stuff
But
that feeds your soul.
I have to look at it. I got tickets everywhere too for like
The
Carolina
games.
games.
Okay.
Yeah, that they line the frames that I have up. I put every game that I've been to around the edge of the frame.
All
So
right. That's fantastic. So you're Gamecock through and through. That is
yeah,
fantastic. And it's interesting.
and we won that game.
That one, huh? You won that one. That's good.
Yeah, but when you win that one,
Oh yeah, that's a real one. That's the for those of you who
yeah,
don't know, the University of South Carolina Gamecocks and the Clemson Tigers, they are an in-state rivalry that goes real deep and it cuts really deep. I mean, marriages have ended and wars have started. When I say wars, I'm talking about like that the Hatfields and McCoys. Those kinds of wars have started over that rivalry. So it's a big deal here
it's
in
up there
South
with Ohio
Carolina.
State, Michigan.
Right. Exactly.
Definitely up there.
Exactly. So it's really an incredible rivalry. So your father held on to that information all the way until you
Yeah.
graduated from college, man. That's amazing. What was his role? What was your family's role in nurturing this passion for photography?
I think it was uh they never said I couldn't do
Hmm.
something. Um, they knew. I guess they called it. Sorry.
It's okay.
I guess they called it talent. I I just like to draw. I just
Right.
like to create. I didn't think of it as a career until I got to college and was like, well, what do you want to study? And I'm like, pretty good at art. Why don't I learn art? And if you're going to school for art, uh, probably pick a different major. I'm just
Why would you
saying.
say that?
Hindsight.
Wait. Why would you say
Hindsight
that?
is 2020.
Why would you say
um,
that?
like I said earlier, nobody teaches you how to do something. They can tell you techniques, but you still have to do the work. Might want to go to business school instead of art school because you can
Well,
learn how to draw, you can learn how to paint, but how are you going to sell it? So
to be honest with you,
maybe I should have gone into business.
no, honestly, if from that perspective, someone who is an entrepreneur, and you are an entrepreneur too, so you know this as
Yeah.
well. You might want to rethink that advice as well, you know. But I will tell
Yeah.
you this. But I will tell you this. What's interesting to me, and this is a theme that I hear that keeps coming back up with you. It is about belief. It's about belief and the willingness to put work behind whatever you do, whatever you're passionate about, whatever whatever the thing is, the willingness to spend time honing that, but also the confidence to know that you can accomplish it. Because here's the thing that I recognize. on the one hand, they said you had ADD, and you say, "Yeah, I don't believe that." All right, so that's one. You knock that belief out of your head, even though you actually had formal supports in place because of that diagnosis, right? But you still
Yeah.
said, "I don't believe that," so you didn't behave as if you did. Then the second thing, and when I say you didn't behave as if you didn't behave the way that society would have expected you to behave as a person with that diagnosis. And believe me, I know that because I also have that diagnosis. All right. And so the second thing was you had a assistant principal who said you'd be lucky if you were flipping burgers. But here's the thing, even though that was put out into the atmosphere, your father kept it away from you until you graduated from college. So, what that tells me, again, didn't believe that, didn't even hear that criticism. You've heard about it afterwards, but you carried on as if that was not a burden for you to bear because you didn't even know anything about it. And so,
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
so that's a powerful statement regarding what you believe about yourself, regarding regarding how the thoughts that you have about who you are. You fell in love with art is what it
Hmm.
was. You fell in love with art and you realized that this is something that I can do. This is something that brings me joy. And let me say this to you, it is a talent, my friend. But talent does not mean you don't work. Talent does not mean that you don't put the effort behind it. Because here's the thing, there's some things that you could be naturally gifted at, but you need to work to bring out its full potential. Like, for example, not a lot of people had the speed of a Deion Sanders naturally. Not a lot of people had that speed. Not a lot of people had that agility. Well, he was born with a lot of that, but he also had to work to further develop it and move it forward. So, the skill thing. Yes, I know people who are excellent musicians, but they were not naturally talented in that arena. But they worked, they studied, they did all the things that they were supposed to do to bring up their proficiency to a point to where now they're professional musicians. But then there were also people who did not have that training, but they quickly got up to the level that they are now. So I do believe that uh, there is
Yeah.
relevance and credence to
There
talent.
is inherent gifts that we are blessed with, but like I was saying, that you still have to work for it. Like you're saying,
Absolutely.
like yeah, like yeah.
So if you had to think of like the things that were instrumental and important in terms of your development, what would be the things that you would tell people to look at? Let's say there is a young person who's looking at making photography a career or what have you. What would be what would be the what would be some advice that you would give them in terms of the things you need to focus on immediately
Um,
in terms of
what
just
type of
developing skill and
images do you want to
confidence?
create? Uh, well, art is by and large self-expression nowadays. Yeah, you still have to find clients that want to work with you, and you have to meet their expectations, but most of the time people are purchasing you. They're
Hmm.
purchasing your style, they're purchasing what you bring to the table. So working on yourself is what I would suggest you do. Work on having a style, work on having a belief in yourself, your art, how you create it, why you're creating it, why you choose to use the colors you do, paint with the brush that you brush with, the camera that you use. Um, I personally use Nikons, but like it's a tool. Like I could use a Kodak, I could use anything. I personally feel like the Nikon feels better in my hand than any of the others, but like, is that because I pick it up the most? Probably.
Right.
Um, so like don't know why I got into gear. Gear has nothing to do with it.
I get it
You
though. I fully get that though,
yeah,
because the whole time you're saying that, I'm sitting here thinking, paint with your brush. You know, the
yeah,
gear that you choose is the gear that you choose. It's a tool, but make certain that it's yours because you're confident in that. It
yeah.
fit right in your hand. You know, those kinds of things
Become
are important.
proficient with it. That's where I was going with it. Like if you buy a Nikon, learn the camera, learn what it can do, what it can't do. Every camera has its quirks, its ups and downs. Some people say that this camera right here can't focus as good as, say, a Sony. Like, it doesn't bother me. Like, I I work for one of the largest papers in the state, if not the largest paper in the state. That's what I'm using to create my images right there. So,
Right.
uh,
Right.
I don't I don't pay attention to the doubters of the gear, or if you don't have a $500 sable brush, it doesn't mean you can't paint on that canvas. Like,
Gotcha.
find the brush that works and make it do what you want it to do. You tell it what to do, not.
Yeah, now that's actually really powerful. Find the brush that works for you. So let's talk a little bit about your work, man. So you just mentioned that you work for the largest, if not one of the largest, the largest papers in the state of South Carolina. What are you doing? You're a photojournalist. Tell us about your experience with that, man.
I mean, I've photographed uh, three presidents now, a couple of vice presidents. Like, it, I pretty much photograph every candidate that comes through. Being the first in the South primary.
Right,
Sometimes it's for pay, sometimes it's just because I want to be there writing the first draft of history.
right,
This is my passion. This is what I like to do. I like telling stories with my camera, and it's not just about a paycheck. It's something I feel passionate about. It's why I get up in the morning. I mean, I don't always take photos every single day, but it's it's why it's what I want to do.
right.
I'd
It's
love to
what you
be
want.
able to take photos every day. Tell my editors to start calling me more. Like,
No, but here's the thing. Not only is it not only do you provide the images for the paper, but you also have your own studio. It's jack2.com, right?
yeah,
Jack2photo.com.
Jack Two Photo, JAC. Leave out that K. Um, yeah, that's mostly for if people want to hire me for portraits and weddings. I don't do a lot of weddings. Wouldn't want to do a lot of weddings either. But uh, if you want me to do your wedding, I'll do your wedding. But
Right.
I'm not going to advertise for it. But I do a lot of nonprofits too. I got a concert this week coming up for the Jazz Masterworks Ensemble for the South Carolina.
Okay.
I think it's South Carolina Jazz Masterworks. I think that's their Facebook
Okay.
name. Um, they're a really talented bunch of musicians. It's a bunch of professors, and uh, they're just like it's the best of the best from
Right.
the collegiate level. They're all teachers, and they put on one hell of a show. I love those guys so much.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. You also do, as we were talking about photography and what led you into it, you talked about telling the story. On your website, you've got like blogs that are dedicated. Like I think there was one that happened during COVID, right?
yeah, during COVID, that's pretty much all the assignments that were coming in. Not complaining about that. That story needed to be told too. Would I have rather been photographing a football game? Probably. But I love covering sports, but I also like the hard hitting news. In a lot of ways, I prefer it, but
Hmm.
I usually get hired for sports nowadays for some reason. Um, it's probably because I'm not staff. Staff tends to
Okay.
get the, hey, go here and cover this. But
Right.
in Colombia, I'm that guy. If the posting career really needs a hard hitting photojournalist to go out and get a photo, I just took a picture of a memorial in Sumter for a kid that got killed by her parent. It was a family annihilator story.
Mm.
Let's not get into that. But yeah, so I had to go out there and cover the press conference, and it's a hard story to cover. You don't want to show too much, but you got to show something. Um,
Right.
that you, every story needs art to go with it, to help tell the story better.
Right. To help
Um,
people really understand what was going on. I'll tell you what's interesting about what you do when we were talking before um, about this. One of the things you said, you love to do the journalistic photography because it is something different every day. Every day it's a new scenario, it's a new way to
oh yeah.
capture it, it's a new angle. And you really brought that out. And I think that is a part of the artist in you, that you look for the angles. You look for a way to present that out. And it's beautiful because I've seen some of the portrait photos that you've taken, just going through going through your website, and you capture essence. You capture. There's something soulful about your photography. There's something that especially when you're taking pictures of people, there is a soul that you capture, or a glimpse of the humanity that's in them, and it's really beautiful, man. And honestly, that's one of the reasons that I wanted to talk to you, because after looking at your photographs, it was like there is something deep here. There is something extra here that, nah, it's, you could look at, oh, it's just a photograph. But when a photograph causes you to see the humanity of someone, my brother, that's a gift. That is a gift, man.
I honestly, I take a very hands-off approach when I do portraits. I don't like to pose. I mean, I will if the client needs it, but when I came out to photograph you, for instance, I didn't tell you how to look. I didn't tell you where to look. Um, uh, I wanted you to be in your environment, and those environmental portraits is what I like to do. I don't necessarily want people looking at the camera. I titled yours a portrait in my personal gallery, because it was a portrait. It wasn't you looking at the camera, but it was looking into you. It was looking
Mm,
into what you do, where you are, and your environment's just as important as you.
right,
Um, what you do is just as important. So, like, if I'm photographing a artist, I want their studio around them. I want the paintbrushes. I want, I want warts and all. I don't really want you to change who you are. Like, I don't want makeup and I'm if you have wrinkles, have wrinkles. Don't don't shy away from your wrinkles. Like,
right,
that's you. That's what makes you. Like, if I didn't have a beard on today, people would be like, "Who's that?" Like,
right,
I have a beard. Like, I've always had a beard since uh, I met my wife. She don't want me to shave, So
right.
I like the beard, but she's like, "You look much better with the beard. Just keep the beard."
Ah, yeah,
So, um, no, I'm glad you said that. I don't know how I do it. I just do it.
right.
Yeah, it's it's observing, it's finding the base elements. Like I said, it's just
Let's see,
you have to watch your subject, you look at your subject.
and see, that's the kind of stuff that I don't think can be taught. I think that that is the kind of thing that you develop over time, and it may be that that is the gift, that is the talent, that is the eye to allow things to exist exactly as they are, and to be able to capture that in a pure state, and it convey, but it still lines up with the things that are considered uh, good and excellent in terms of the actual profession itself. So you do an amazing job with that. Tell me this, man. If in terms of the lessons that photography has taught you, and I mean life lessons, what are the two most important life lessons that photography or your passion or your skill has taught you?
To if you take a I have a saying up above here that says life is like a camera. Focus on what's important, capture the good times, develop from the negatives, and if things don't work out, take another shot.
Hmm.
So, I mean, it's cheesy, but like uh, I love that. I think my sister got me that. I love that sentiment, and like in photography, uh, a lot of times you do get to take another shot. Um, Now, working for the paper, there's times when if you miss, you miss. Like there is no second shot. If you miss at a wedding, you don't get that moment back. So that's where the pressure comes in. Um, it's relaxing. It's you got to be. It takes a special person to be able to tune out those nerves. I guess it's second nature now, but I mean, I still get nervous every now and then.
Mhm.
But I also like the nerves, so like maybe that's why I get nervous because I like the nerves.
Right.
Um,
I love that
um,
statement. I really do love
yeah,
that statement. Give me another life lesson that it just taught you.
it has taught me to it has taught me to just not. Oh, I mean, it's you just don't worry. Like you go on, you do your job, and even in the bad stories, like you still have a job to do. You still have to tell the story. You can't let your emotions get the better of you. You can't. You'll have time to reflect later on.
Right.
Um, in the moment, you just have to worry about getting that story. You have to worry about getting that, telling that story the best way possible without being affected. Um, and you don't want to affect the scene anyhow. You don't want to be affected, and you don't want to affect the scene. You want it to capture it how it is. So it's a life philosophy, I guess, would be worry about what you can worry about.
Hmm. Worry about what you
Focus
can
on what
worry
you can
about.
focus on, and do your job. Do, focus on what you can focus on, um, and that's where the angles come in. That's where I'm looking at the scene. I'm not looking at what's happening. Well, I'm looking at what's happening, but um, I'm looking at how the light's hitting the face. I'm seeing shapes and colors. I'm seeing the scene. I'm not seeing that. I mean, I'm seeing everything because I'm a journalist, but
Right.
like like because I have to pay attention to the story, but like it's not affecting me in real time what's
Right.
happening. Like
Right.
during the George Floyd protests, like we had people throwing rocks and things. Like I have to capture the person throwing the rock,
Right.
photographing the people burning cars. It was yeah, I mean it was surreal. I see this and I can't believe it through my own viewfinder, but like
And you
I
have
gotta
to
capture
capture
it.
it. You have to capture it.
I got yeah.
You know what, man? I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
you. You. I don't think you realize it, but there are so many. There are so many nuggets in that, John. There are so many things that you just said that really speaks volumes. You know, the whole thing about life being like a camera. And stay focused and taking the shot, and then the whole thing about focus on what you can focus on, and just keep moving forward. Those are lessons that really apply to so many different aspects of life. And I will tell you, just being a person that met you just a few months ago, looking at your work and realizing your dedication and your passion and the confidence that you shoot subjects with, it really is amazing. You made that whole thing, which I'm not really used to, you made that so pleasant and so easy. And it was so matter of factly, it was easy for me to allow you to be in my life because I felt like you already belonged there in some way, shape, or form. So the guards were down. Um, and I do believe that that is a gift. I believe that that is a gift, and it's backed up by the education and the hard work that you put into it to hone those skills. And honestly, even the encouragement that you just left, the advice that you just left to other people who are maybe looking to pursue photography, but whatever else it is in life that they're looking at, you just gave them some real jewels in order to accomplish that, man. And I want to thank you. I want to thank you for taking the time to hang out with me on my podcast. You know, we're
I'll
we're a
do
new
it anytime.
we're a new podcast, and it's stories like yours that we want to share, man. So thank you very much, man. How can people get in contact with you, man?
They can go to my website. I have all my links there. I have my email. Hell, my phone number's there. You send up a smoke signal, and if you have barbecue, I'll probably be there.
Okay, okay. So it's the barbecue thing for you.
I
I
love
got you,
barbecue.
man. I got you. I got
Uh,
you.
I miss Kevin Gray, man. I miss
I
him.
do too. I do too. Railroad barbecue, man. Yeah, great guy, mutual friend who I've recently transitioned over to the other side. But really guy, a really good guy, music lover, and an all around great guy. So yeah, man. Listen, John, thank you so much, man, and I appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate you, my brother. You sit tight. We're about to go
Appreciate
into
you.
this next segment of this show, and it is called Growth Hacks. Growth Hacks is when we actually growth hacks exact is when we actually give a topic. We discuss a specific topic or a specific theme, and the idea behind it is really to give people something positive to think about, to focus on. Sometimes there'll be tips, sometimes there'll be strategies in it, but nonetheless, the design of it is to help people on their path. So let's get ready for this episode's growth hack. The growth hack for today is about unleashing your purpose. It's time to stop waiting. It's time to stop waiting, my friend. It's time is ticking, and life is moving forward with or without you. You don't need someone to give you permission to be yourself, to fulfill your purpose, to live the life you were meant to live. It's on you. It's time to take charge, to make a change, to start living the life you were destined for. Think about it this way. What would happen if you just let go of all the fears and doubts that are holding you back? What if you were to embrace your individuality, your unique talents, and your passions with full force? Imagine the possibilities, the opportunities, the impact you could make. But the truth is, you won't discover your purpose by just waiting. You won't fulfill your potential by just sitting on the sidelines. You won't live the life you were meant to live by just watching it pass you by. No, it's time to get to work, to take action, to make a difference. The time is right now. You have the power to unleash your purpose, to live the life you were meant to live, and to make a positive impact on the world. Don't let it slip away. Don't let fear hold you back. Embrace your purpose, and let's get to work. Let's get to work. So that is today's growth hack, and we certainly do appreciate John for the incredible insights that he gave on today. And I want to thank you for joining me today. I want to thank you for just this time that we spent together. And I want you to know, I want to hear back from you. So contact me. Go to my website, mybigfullauthenticlife.com, and hit me up. Let me know something, okay? And I'll tell you what, I've got some new features in store for you in upcoming episodes. So I really want to create a community here. So I thank you for entrusting me with your time today, whenever you're listening to this. And if you like this, consider subscribing to the channel or wherever you get your podcast. Leave a comment, write a review. Let me know what's up, whether it's good or bad. I want to hear from you, because that's how we move forward. That's how we get better, by communicating, by having that dialogue. So thank you again, and I'm looking forward to it. So, as always, the thing that I always like to say, listen, if you're living, you might as well live on purpose. And while you're at it, you might as well live big, live full, and live authentic. I am LaMondre Pough, and I want to thank you again. God bless you. We'll see you next time.